Good morning, everyone. How great to see you. I'm David Kaplan. I'm the Executive Director of the Global Investigative Journalism Network, and we are unbelievably proud and happy to have 2,138 journalists from 132 countries registered for this conference. This is the largest ever assembly of investigative journalists in history, and we are here to give you a very warm welcome. Thank you. We've been waiting 4 years to do this. Our last conference, our last Global Investigative Journalism Conference was in Hamburg, Germany in 2019. We had this little pandemic cause some trouble, and then we were trying to find good partners. We were so fortunate to end up here in Sweden with two of the best partners we could have imagined. The Folio Media Institute and the Swedish Association of Investigative Journalists. You're going to hear a quick welcomes from both of them. I just want to say this is my last week as director of GIJN. I've been at it for 11 years. It's okay. You can do that on Thursday at the banquet, where I will literally pass the baton to a new generation, to my wonderful successor, Emilia Diaz-Struck, and we're confident that GIJN's best years are ahead of it. So we'll have some fun at the banquet. We've got great entertainment. We're giving out the Global Shining Light Awards, and then we've got a party afterwards. So let's see, what else can I tell you? I'll say a few remarks about where our community is and some of the challenges, but I'm going to leave the heavy lifting to our keynoter, Ron Diebert from Citizen Lab, who's going to scare the hell out of you. He did for me, which is why we booked him. But before we get to that, I want to go back to our terrific co-hosts. I'm going to start with Shasti Forsberg, who's been the executive director of the Folio Media Institute, and we could not have asked for a better partner. To do these conferences, they're super complex. We have to raise a lot of money. We've got 2,000 journalists. You guys can be a little demanding about, yes, I'll go to Gothenburg, but can I stop in Amsterdam via Warsaw? But we've done it. We've gotten you all here. We have over 300 journalists on fellowships through GIJN and its partners from all over the global south and the developing world, so we're really pleased about that. Anyway, we couldn't have done it without Shasti, so let me stop talking and give you the podium. Shasti?
Thank you so much, Dave. Hi, everyone. So, on behalf of Folio Media Institute and the Linnaeus University, I'm so honored to be one of the national co-organizers of this Global Investigative Journalism Conference 2023. As director for Folio Media Institute, an institute that for 50 plus years has worked to strengthen and support quality journalism, I'm both happy and humbled to stay in front of all of you. As Dave said, we are more than 2,000 journalists from 130 plus countries gathered in Gothenburg this week. And we're also almost the entire staff of Folio Media Institute here at the conference. And we are here to do our utmost for you guys having a wonderful conference. We are here to answer your questions together with our colleagues from GIJN and Föreningen Gräv, but also to network, because that's why we're really here, to empower the community of investigative reporters. We are needed more than ever as the world looks at it as it does today. So thank you for being here. Do mingle, do network, do learn, and have fun. Thank you. And I will pass on and leave the floor to an old friend of mine from the newsroom back in the, we don't even talk about that, Ulla Sätereje, the chair of the Swedish Association for Investigative Reporters.
Yeah, and it is unbelievable to see all of you here. This is by far the biggest event ever organized by Föreningen Grävande Journalister, the Swedish Association for Investigative Reporters. And we're so happy to see all of you. We have been counting down for 14 months now since Dave called us and asked if we wanted to organize this event. We didn't think that it would be possible in such short time, but you are here. Everything runs pretty smoothly. We're happy about that, and we hope that all the conference will be like this. It's also an honor for me to welcome you to my hometown, Gothenburg, known for its beautiful weather. I think that some of you might have noticed last night when you went out for dinner why the Gothenburgers don't use umbrellas. We have raincoats because if you have an umbrella, the wind comes and it all goes away. So raincoats, that is the dress code in Gothenburg. And now I'd like to welcome the representatives from the region. René Bengtsson, the president of the Regional Council of Västra Götaland, and Håkan Eriksson, first deputy Lord Mayor of Gothenburg. Please come here. And without them, we couldn't have made this conference.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the city, I wish you all a warm welcome to Gothenburg. Gothenburg is a city of warmth. Gothenburg is a green and close city, as nothing is far away. A sustainable city, open to the world. A city with rich industry and cultural heritage, home to workers, engineers, and entrepreneurs. Gothenburg was founded in 1621. Gothenburg was built and organized by Dutch, Germans, and Scots, and has since undergone quite an exciting journey, embracing people, influences, and ideas from all around the world. From developing into a prosperous trading and shipping industry during the 18th century, to becoming a diverse and lively city full of design and food and culture, and the creative hub for innovation and research it is today. This desire to continue to evolve with ideas and knowledge from all around the world is showing even today. During recent years, Gothenburg has developed into a world-leading destination for sustainable meetings. And I would like to take the opportunity to convey just how much we appreciate and value conferences such as this one. It's really a great honor for us to host you, the 13th Global Investigative Journalism Conference. The free press and investigative journalism are, of course, a vital part of being a democracy and upholding human rights. It's a counter against abuse of power, corruption, and discrimination. And I don't have to tell you, but your work is needed as much now as ever. As you know, for instance, the annual evaluation made by Reporters Without Borders shows that the state of press freedom is getting worse in the world. We live in times with increased violence against journalists, increased difficulties in reporting from wars and areas of conflict, organized disinformation campaigns and fake news, and new censorship laws. And that's also why it makes me so proud that our city are hosting this conference, where journalists from all over the world can come together, share knowledge, collaborate, and take steps forwards. Because together we can make a difference. You can make a difference. So again, you're all very welcome to Gothenburg. I hope you enjoyed the welcoming reception yesterday. And I hope that you will have the possibility to see as much as possible of our great city while you are here. And I wish you together we'll have prosperous days and beneficial meetings. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is René Bengtsson, and I'm the president of Västra Götalands Regional Council. I know that you've all been waiting since before the pandemic to bring together the world's investigative journalists. And here you are. Warm welcome to Gothenburg and the region of Västra Götaland. This conference, designed by journalists for journalists, is famous for its focus on practical, advanced reporting techniques, featuring training on the latest tools and techniques, cutting-edge workshops, extensive networking and brainstorming sessions. And you can find 200 workshops, expert panels, networking sessions, and special events. You're widely credited with playing a key role in rapid global expansion of investigative reporting over the past decade. I want to take the moment to express the region of Västra Götaland's appreciation for your visit here in this part of Sweden. The region of Västra Götaland was formed 25 years ago and has the responsibility for healthcare, culture, public transport, and regional development. The guiding star for all the work we do in the region is the 17 Global Sustainable Development Goals found in Agenda 2030. Regions like ours have long-standing experience of supporting and collaboration with actors in different ecosystems and infrastructures. And we are happy and proud to share our examples with others, and especially with you. I hope you will have both productive and great days here in Gothenburg and the region of Västra Götaland. And once again, on behalf of the region, I wish you all a warm welcome on the region of Västra Götaland and Gothenburg. And all that I have said is true, trust me. So a movie to confirm that.
right. Good to be in Sweden. Thank you, Gothenburg. Okay, we're running late. I don't have a lot of time, so I want to get some thank yous out of the way. Takes a lot of people to put on a conference like this. For starters, I want to give a quick thanks to the staff of GIJN, FOYO, and GREV. Can you all stand up, folks, who helped organize this conference? Let's give them a round of applause. They worked their asses off, and they're still working, so thank you. Big thank you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for two guys 20 years ago who, over a glass of wine, said, these workshops are cool, but why don't we bring the whole world together? And they did. In 2001, they started the first Global Investigative Journalism Conference. Can Brant Houston and Nils Mulvad please stand and get a round of applause from us? Where are you guys? There they are. Gentlemen, well done. A Dane and a Yank, not bad. Okay, we want to thank our many partners and co-sponsors. We've got a record 70 here. We have some very cool exhibitors for the first time who are here because they're offering you all some pretty interesting tools and techniques. Please check it out. A special shout out to our donors. We could not have done this without you, and your support is just invaluable. I want to say a few words. I'm going to have our Deputy Director, Gabriella Manuli, come up and give you some logistics stuff. And then we'll get into the program, because we've got some great stuff planned for you. So look, I'm at the end of my tenure here. I've been 46 years in journalism and 11 years at the helm of GIJN. It's been a great run. I've had a career that I'm truly grateful about. But I'm more alarmed now than I've been, I think, at any time. We're getting our asses kicked almost everywhere, even in places where we thought we were reasonably secure, but particularly with creeping autocracy and the backlash against civil society and democracy. Independent media is the first thing that these guys go after, and we're in trouble. And I think Ron Diebert and other panels today are going to emphasize that. Just in the last week, I mean, if you told me 10 years ago how much time I would spend on security at GIJN, I would have laughed. But I've spent half of my time here in Gothenburg on it, and I'll tell you why in a second. Just in the last week, we've had authorities in Kyrgyzstan trying to shut down our member Kloop. We're seeing progress roll back in India, in Bangladesh. It's taken us 20 years to do. In Ukraine, our colleagues are literally under fire and paying with it for their lives. They're doing watchdog reporting and getting their lives threatened for it. And then two of our colleagues in Russia trying to come to this conference were directly threatened with a level of specificity that caused us to alert authorities. The anonymous messages had their airlines, their seat numbers, and the hotels they were staying in. They said, if you come to Gothenburg, we'll kill you. That's what's going on out there, folks. Leo, do we have the clip from? Yeah? Well, why don't you play it? In Korea, just a few days ago, we have a terrific member, Nustapa, and the prosecutor's office decided they'd have enough of this muckraking group. Go ahead and roll it.
정치 검찰이 언론을 탄압한 것을 가장 적나라하게 보여주는 그런 치욕적인 날로 기록될 것입니다.
언론자유 침탈하는 윤석열 정부 규탄한다.
This is footage of a couple of days ago of 20 cops raiding the office of our nonprofit member, Newstapa, which does the best investigative journalism in South Korea. South Korea, this is a democracy with a proven civil society. This is a place like Sweden or the United States where this shit should not happen. So we're losing ground, and it's happening at an alarming rate. That's the bad news, okay? I'll tell you the good news. The good news is there's over 2,100 of you here, and we aren't going anywhere. Yeah. Not only are we not going anywhere, we're growing. They cannot put this genie back in the bottle. And the very technology that has battered our profession, we are embracing, and we're using data and AI and all the other tools at our disposal to grow. We have more journalists doing more watchdog reporting in more countries with better tools than ever before. We're getting bigger, not smaller, despite everything they're throwing at us, slap suits and denial of licenses and persecution and murder. They can't seem to stop what has become a global movement for investigative journalism. And this conference is testament to that. The concept is well understood. Look, if you want good development, if you want to move ahead in the world, if you want decent health care and economic development and decent schools, you got to have watchdog journalists. And the smart leaders get that. Even in fairly autocratic regimes, there is space allowed for consumer reporting and reporting on women and reporting on business. There are ways in, GIJN has found, to work in even some of the toughest countries. And we'll talk about this at that conference. They've found that an investigative press is as fundamental to development as sound economic policy and good schools. That's not going anywhere, and this is why we're going to win, folks. It's because we're on the right side of history. All right, let me just say a quick word about how to use this conference. I wonder if I can ask Gabby to come on up and back me up here. This is, think of the GIJC as appropriately a giant smorgasbord. It's a buffet where you can go and sample different things. You don't have to go into one place and sit down for the whole hour. You go and you sample and you see if it's interesting, and there'll be a lot of moving around you'll see. Gabby, come on up. But it is first come, first serve, and some of the rooms are smaller than others, particularly the data rooms, so if you're really interested, get to a place early. Okay, I could not have gotten through GIJN the last decade with my terrific deputy director. I'm going to turn this over now to Gabriella Manuli, originally from Argentina, but resident in Budapest, Hungary.
Thank you. It's like the sun is coming here. So I'm going to be very short and brief, but I'm going to try to give you a few tips on how to navigate this conference. Before, I want to make sure that you understand that this conference is a big labor of love. We are a small team. We are journalists as you are. We are making our very best, and like all our heart and passion is here. So I want to, again, say thank you to all the teams involved, partners, GIJN, and another big clap for them because I'm very proud of my team. So I'm going to try to be brief, but everything I'm saying is in SCAD. If you go to useful information, you'll find there, so try to read it, and because we keep updating, it's a big priority for us, security. And because we are prioritizing security, it means that then there are things such as baggage checks or or you always need to wear your bracelet and your badge, and they might ask you if you don't have it to go to your room. Just be patient, be kind with all these people, and and follow these requests, because we are doing this for your security and our security, and that's why. This venue is huge, and you might get lost, and again, be gentle, be patient with the volunteers. Maybe you don't get to the room you wanted, but there is another wonderful session in a room nearby, so it can be like a little game. And I think by this afternoon, everybody, including me, we will know how to navigate. If you are staying in Gothia Towers, you can come to the conference from inside, so you don't need to walk if it's raining, and then that way also we have more divided the crowd, so people enter from the street, whoever is not staying in the hotel, and the people at the hotel enter for inside, and then there will be less delays. We really aim this conference to be a safe space. There is a code of conduct, and also there is a community guidelines for using SCAD. Read them and alert any of the organizers if something is happening and you feel uncomfortable. We are here to support you. We have merchandise for the first time. You can order it online, and then you can pick up the merchandise. All sessions, as they say, are first come, first serve. We are still in COVID times, so if you are feeling sick, please test yourself. Please be mindful of everybody. There are people with pregnant, small babies, so we all are here to take care of each other. It's very important that you know that SCAD, the conference app, if you cannot log in, write to us, we will help you. By default, when you open your SCAD app, most of you will have your profile private, which means that maybe if you don't make private, if you don't make it public, maybe 10 people wrote you a chat and a message to have a coffee, and you are missing on beer and parties. So you don't want to miss on that. So if you are okay with you being publicly listed, make sure to toggle, and my colleagues will send on SCAD how to do it. And of course, if you have security concerns, you got private, you are hidden, nobody knows you are here. Yesterday, I know it was a little different because we had two venues. From now on, everybody's here under the same roof. It's a big venue, but it's just one. The only thing out of here is the concert, which is a 7 or 8 minute walk, and any other thing is here. We reach capacity at the gala, so if you have here a knife and fork and a tiny plate, it means that you have a space. If you don't have that and you are in the wait list, by tomorrow you will know if we can make. But even if you cannot make to the gala, you can come and party afterwards. I'm almost there. There is a big online documentary festival. Don't miss that, because there are amazing documentaries. We have exhibitors with a lot of interesting programming, but most importantly, they have chocolate and coffee. So go to the exhibitors for your Swedish chocolates. There is a book fair with books from speakers and attendees. And there are side events listed, and if you are organizing a public side event, you can share to us. And the last thing, if you are a speaker, go to the speaker ready room to upload your presentations and help our small team, which is a labor of love, to survive this week in a good way and get maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep at night. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.